We're really excited to have you with us watching our video log series. Today we've got a really interesting show for you. We're going to walk you through a day in the life of an acoustic guitar maker right here in our own shop in Sandpoint, Idaho. And this is actually called a Go Bar clamping deck. And so I've got a roof on it up here and a base on it with a radius, and that's where we put the top. So as you can see, we've got a beautiful piece of western red cedar down here that has all the braces that have been glued in here. I did all this stuff yesterday and it's been drying overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and take each one of these braces, each one of these Go Bars out. So it's actually a pretty unified tone over top of the whole surface here. So this is a real magical part where the job that I did yesterday by bracing this cedar top and the job that Dave did yesterday by assembling this entire beautiful rim, they come together and become an amazing instrument.
Always a square side on the guitar, so the top side is going to be square to the side. So I want to make sure that when I cut, I use that side down. There needs to be a little bit of an overhang here so the side fits in here. So there's a little extra overhang of the block, so I'll trim off a little bit of that.
So I've got a line on the inside there. Take off that much. A little bit more, but I can take that off later.
So what you didn't see yesterday is how we glued a couple of these pieces of lining inside the rim to reinforce the corner of it, where the top glues onto the rim structure. We have to chisel it off so it's perfectly flat and all of the joints meet up with a perfect buttress. So Dave brought up a good point. He wanted me to talk a little bit about these two rasps that I have. And they're amazing tools. These were hand-hammered rasps. The little raspy bits on there were hand-done, where it's got an orbital, a random pattern on it. So it makes it for a really nice cutting tool for fine woodworking. Dave, who's going to then trace all of the alignment stuff to get this thing perfectly centered on the harp guitar body.
I'll let my brother now chisel this brace off all the way to there. So he's going to take this brace back so that the block can fit in there. Cut this part off. This gets all trimmed off, and I'm going to probably bring my blade in kind of at an angle like this, and then cut that line out, and then exit out of here somewhere. So when all that'll get trimmed out so it can fit right into this pocket really nice and flush. The top neck notch and the top neck notch with this handy saber saw. It's kind of like a jigsaw, but it's a little bit smaller. Has kind of a coping saw sized blade on there. And let's see what happens. Now I've got the top fit into the neck notch there. Everything looks pretty good. The alignment looks nice. I've got a little bit of trimming to do, so I'm going to trim the excess off of the harp arm up here, and we're going to trim off the excess around the outside of that line.
Alright, we're about to glue the top on this S18 NST harp guitar, and we're going to be using a bunch of these really awesome spool clamps that we made many years ago. It's basically a bolt, 2 pieces of wood, and a wing nut, and that will help us to glue even pressure all the way around the rim of the instrument. So there'll be a lot of these clamps going on here. I've also pre-loaded us with a bunch of bar clamps for the treble areas. A couple go on the waist, a couple go on the tail block, a couple go on the neck block, and a couple go way up here on the harp head block. So let's get at it, Dave. So normally I've got this nice beautiful piece of walnut that's got a little bit of some figure to it, and I like to save these pieces when we buy some walnut. I save the pieces that have some figure to them and they're a little too small for a set of back and sides, and I save those for the specific purpose of gluing to the headstock veneer of the harp head. But we're gonna wait on this one because a really cool thistle inlay that went right there, and that would end up right here on the harp head. And so you normally do that before you glue the headstock veneer on. We're going to make sure we don't forget to do that. So that's going to be a job for another video. Anyway, that's where the walnut headstock veneer goes for the harp head.
Looking good.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure you hit subscribe to our channel, Tonedevil Guitars on YouTube. Check us out anytime you want to. We're gonna just rock out on a little bit of some picking right here.